The western quarters were filled with hushed voices when Maomao and Jinshi arrived. A cluster of eunuchs and attendants stood nervously outside the chamber, their faces pale with uncertainty. As soon as Jinshi stepped forward, the crowd parted, bowing deeply. His mere presence steadied the trembling servants, but the air remained tense. Inside, the room was heavy with the scent of incense. A concubine lay sprawled upon silken bedding, her complexion pallid, her lips tinged faintly blue. Beads of sweat glistened on her brow. 2 attendants knelt at her side, wringing cloths to cool her skin, but their efforts were futile. Her pulse is erratic, one whispered fearfully. She collapsed without warning after breakfast. Jinshi's gaze slid to Maomao. Do what you must. Without hesitation, Maomao set down her satchel and knelt by the concubine. Her eyes flicked over every detail, the uneven breathing, the bluish discoloration, the dryness of her tongue. She lifted the concubine's wrist, feeling the fluttering pulse beneath her fingers. Not a fever, Maomao murmured. And not a sudden illness. She leaned closer, inhaling faintly. A sharp, bitter odor clung to the concubine's breath, barely perceptible, but unmistakable to someone with her training. Poison, she said flatly. Gasps rippled through the attendants, but Maomao paid them no mind. Her hands moved swiftly as she retrieved small vials and powders from her satchel. Mixing herbs with practiced speed, she prepared a concoction and carefully tilted the concubine's head to administer it. The woman coughed, sputtered, but swallowed. Maomao pressed lightly on her throat to encourage the medicine down. Minutes passed like hours. Then, slowly, the concubine's breathing steadied, though her face remained pale. She will recover, Maomao said at last, straightening. But this was deliberate. The substance was not strong enough to kill, only to weaken. Jinshi's eyes narrowed. To send a message again, Maomao met his gaze, her own sharp with thought. Yes, this was no attempt at murder. It was designed to frighten her. Or perhaps to test how closely she is guarded. He glanced around the chamber, his tone crisp. Double the watch. No one enters or leaves without clearance. The eunuchs bowed, rushing to obey. As the chamber quieted, Jinshi stepped closer to Maomao, lowering his voice. Can you identify the poison? Not fully, not yet, she admitted. But its bitterness suggests a derivative of monkshood, diluted enough to be non-lethal. Whoever prepared it knew exactly what they were doing. Her eyes narrowed as she considered the implications. This was not the work of an amateur, jealous rival. This was precise, calculated, meant to stir unrest without drawing blood. Someone is probing, Maomao murmured. They want to see how we respond. Jinshi studied her, a faint crease between his brows. Then we must give them nothing but silence and strength. For a moment, their eyes locked, a silent acknowledgement of the danger closing in around them. As they left the chamber, Maomao glanced back at the resting concubine. Another pawn caught in the palace's endless game. And Maomao knew that if the poisoner was probing for weaknesses, they would strike again. If you want to witness Maomao, sharp mind, unravel the next layer of this deadly intrigue, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you won't miss the next episode of the Apothecary Diaries.